Okay, so let's add another track to that. So this is the process known as multi-tracking or overdubbing. Now there's a number of ways I can create a new track. The easiest is just to double click in this grey area below the previous track. So if we just do that, tap tap, we get a new track. By default, new tracks will always come up as this classic electric piano sound. Actually, in the case of this song, I'm probably just going to use that sound just now. So I showed you how to change the sounds earlier on. By all means, just go and tweak around whatever sound you want to go on you as track 2 of your recording. Now what I'll do is I'll just get rid of that track. To delete a track, when the track is highlighted, it's the pale grey colour. If I hit the backspace on the keyboard, then it will be deleted. Because the other way we can create a track is just go to the track menu and select new track like this, and then it will come up with the same dashboard it came up with earlier to ask us which type of track we'd like. Okay, so there is my electric piano track. So this is going to play underneath. There we go. It's going to play underneath my drums. So if I click on the drum track, I go back to the drum sound. If I click on the piano track, I go back to the piano sound. And again, I've got volume control and pan control over that individual track as well. And I've got control over the actual tonal qualities of the sound. I could turn up the reverb, for example. Okay, a little bit too much, I think. Let's go back to that sort of default setting. Lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to record over the top of that. I'll stay in cycle mode, it doesn't matter, and then we'll just apply some quantization as well, just to make sure that everything sounds nice and tight. So once again, starting at bar 1, in cycle mode, hit record, and I'll get 1 bar count in, and then I can play my keyboard part over the top of that. So there we go. I'll just turn that down a little bit so it's more in the background. So that's just going to cycle round and round now. Obviously if I want to quantize that, I can do it on the fly whilst it's playing. So if I hit Q, I'll zoom in so you can see this happening on the arrange window. Okay, so as I zoom in, as I hit Q, you should see all the notes aligning to the grid. I'll just wait till they go back to the beginning. There we go, like that. So they've all lined up now and everything's very, very, very tight. So we'll stop that there, and I'll just go through the process again to put on a bass part. So again, all I do is double click in the grey area underneath there. Again, I showed you by default it'll come up with the electric piano sound, but this time I want a bass sound. So let's use the fingerstyle bass sound. Okay, might be a bit low at that. Let me just pop the keyboard up an octave. Something like that. Okay. Now, so I've found the sound that I want to utilise for this. I've got a bass sound ready for it. I can't just go down. I want to make it sound like a bass after all, don't I? So, yeah, just something very straightforward. And again, if I mess up, I can fix it. I'm actually going to show you, I've got an extra wee note in there. I'm going to show you how to fix that in a second, but let's just put the bass part down first. So exactly the same process again. I rewound to the beginning. I'm still in cycle mode. All I do is hit record, 1 bar count in, and then I can start playing the part. There we go, and we can see the bass parts come up there, and of course I want to quantize it again, so hit Q, and you saw it shifted very, very slightly. And now we can just rewind to the beginning, and I'll just turn it up a tiny wee bit and have a listen to the final. Okay, again, very, very straightforward. Now, I'm just going to do a small note edit to show you, to introduce you to note editing. So again, I'm going to bring up the piano roll editor, which is my main edit function in Garageband. I just double click on the region that I want to change. Now we can see here now the piano roll of my keyboard part. And there's the note that I want to get rid of. So all I have to do is select the note by clicking on it with the cursor and then hit backspace, and it's gone. So if I make a mistake, I can go in and I can delete it very quickly. And sometimes you do that, you just happen to hit notes as you're passing, and it's a very simple process just to go in and erase it or change it, because any of these notes in here can be changed in terms of pitch, like that. Or if we move them from left to right, we can change their position. Okay, so if I took those 3 notes there and changed their position, we've basically changed the rhythm of that initial little rhythmic bar. Okay, it's quite nice actually. But yes, so we can move notes around in there, and we'll just push them back another semiquaver, and now have a listen. That's the original part. There we are. There we go. Okay, so that's adding tracks and then starting to do some basic editing. What I'm going to do in the next video is we'll just maybe start to manipulate things a wee bit and start moving things around and starting arranging things.